Have you ever felt like you needed a break from the whole world, from everything, from life, and life? That's what I did in the month of July. I took an entire break and I focused on myself. And this is what I did that helped me to get back to feeling like your girl again, a baddie. Now that I'm back, it's time for me to reset, realign, and restart my entire glow up journey process and make a few changes to make sure that it sustains this time and I do not feel, one, burnt out, number two, feel lost like I did, and number three, feel like giving up. This entire time was very vital for me because I was over this and I didn't know if I was ever gonna bounce back. And by the grace of God, I was able to bounce back. And I want to give you guys tips that helped me within my journey, that helped me to bounce back to feeling like a girl again, to feeling like a baddie. So just let's hop into the video. But before we dive in, welcome to Niecy's World. This is Shanice, and if you're new to my channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, welcome, and thank you so much for returning. So the real question is, why did I take a break? I'm gonna do a little bit of a rewind here. Around the beginning of July, I was posting a lot of skincare routine videos. I literally did not feel like myself. I feel like my face looked different. I feel like I was feeling different. I don't know if it was a luteal phase, you girlies know, but I just did not feel like that girl. When I say I didn't feel like myself, I honestly did not feel like myself at all. I was over it. I'll never forget, there was a guy that posted chopped cheese on one of my photos. And in New York or up north, that means he was calling me ugly. That one day, he caught me off guard when I was feeling very insecure, but not like looks wise, with just me in total with everything. It was just how I was feeling, but it wasn't more so like I had low self-esteem, like I had depression, I'm gonna kill myself. It was nothing like that. It was literally like I was having low self-esteem. I just did not feel like myself. I did not feel good. And I was just in this entire rut. And when he called me that, I said I need to take a step back because one, I was gonna violate him. And number two, I said to myself, if I violate him, my job might see this, and then future businesses that I want to be with because of my brand may see this. And number three, he's a nobody. So you know what I did? I said it's best bet I got off of Instagram. So I deactivated my Instagram and I took that time out to really focus on myself and to focus on why I was feeling that way, what can I do to improve, and how can I get back on track within this globe training process of mine. I was also feeling burnt out. And what I mean burnt out is I was trying to find so many different ways to create content, but nothing was hidden. Nothing was hidden. I didn't know what was wrong. I don't know if I wasn't personable. People didn't like my videos. Something I need to change. Maybe I'm giving off fake. Maybe I was just feeling very insecure about this entire journey and process of mine. And I said to myself, I really need to take a step back and I really need to really focus on why I created content in the first place and the happiness and the joy I got out of it. And I feel like once I had that mindset that I love to do this and I'm gonna just take it one day at a time, that's what helped me to literally get back on track. But I was feeling burnt out. I was feeling that time when my guy called me chopped cheese and I'm feeling very insecure. And it was just a time that I said to myself, I really need to take a break. Because I want to, on top of it, I'm not going to lie to you, I wasn't enjoying making content anymore. I felt like it's something that I had to do. And I'm saying to myself, I don't have to do this. I like to do this. This is what I like to do for fun. So this is what helped me to literally take a step back and said, you know what? You need to regroup and focus on what you really love about creating content. Focus on why you are feeling insecure and feeling this way. And number three, take a dial back to not feel burned out. And through this entire process, I realized that resting is a part of your globe journey process and is a huge part of mine. And like I always preach, self-care is luxury. And me taking the time out to actually rest, to relax, to think about what I want to do definitely helped me in that process. I was able to sleep more. I was able to just feel like I wasn't under a microscope, like I wasn't under pressure, like nobody was pointing to my head and say, do this. I didn't feel like that. I felt so much at ease, and just enjoying that was wonderful to me. I was able to relax. I was able to rejuvenate. I was able to get into my skincare again. I was able to take care of myself. I was able to make sure that I don't neglect my sleep. I don't neglect this rest, and even if I'm just laying down, I don't neglect doing things I love to do for fun. I don't feel pressure to do something. That's what I needed to do, and that's what I did within this journey to help me to get back on track into my elevation and to my glowing up entire journey process. Now that I really understood, like, now that you guys know why I was gone for the month of July, I hope you guys miss me and what I learned during that process. These are some new routines that I took on that helped me within my glow up journey process. Number one, I try to make sure I'm always romanticizing my life, and it could be anything. When I take a hot shower, I like to listen to some R&B music, or I like to do some dance hall, or sometimes I like to light a candle, and I really like to just take a nice steaming hot shower, turn the lights off, and I really like to sit in that time and I meditate, I pray, I just think, and I just talk to myself. Not like I'm crazy, but just talk to myself and reflect and really acknowledge myself and how proud I am of myself, and tell myself, okay, this is the goals that I have, this is how I'm going to step forward the goals. Another thing that I've been trying to do is change up my fitness schedule. I know I talked to you guys earlier about that before, but that's something that I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to work on something that works for me and what I like doing. And in the end, I like doing the Pilates and I like walking on my walking pad, and I realize that something is for me and that's what I want to stick to. Number three, what I try to do is I try to balance out content creation and not burning myself out while also having a full-time job. So what that means, I make sure I attend to one day that I make my content, and next day I will edit. So because sometimes what I would do, I would make the content, edit at the same time, and I will feel burned out. When it comes to making sure I do all my content creation, if I do like videos for TikTok and Instagram reels, what I do is I try to record something, then I edit it same time, but I take another day to schedule it out. I try to do that, and I try to find different ways to make sure that I'm not burning myself out and pressuring myself to do things. The next thing I also do when it comes to it, I make sure that I prioritize my self-care. I make sure I do my face mask. Again, I'm keeping up with that. I make sure I'm keeping up with my skincare routine, making sure that I'm doing stuff that helps me and makes me feel good. Number 4 or 5, I feel like I lost track. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm never taking the things that I have for granted. And we're talking about, that's not a routine. Yes, it is. It's a routine to make sure that I'm appreciative of everything that I have around me. And I'm always giving thanks for my job, for my life, for my car, everything overall. And I try not to take that for granted. So literally what I do out of my routine, when I'm going to bed, I take that time out to have a conversation with God and to thank God for the path I'm on, the journey that I'm on. I'm grateful for the things that I do have, and ask him to help me to provide me to continue on my journey and to better my journey. And that's what I've been doing within this process, to change around my routine to make sure that I'm not feeling burnt out, I'm not feeling overwhelmed, and I'm really enjoying the content creation again. And also what I'm doing is that I'm making sure that I'm doing content creation for the fun of it, and I'm not doing it because I have to do it. And if I feel like I don't have to do it, I'm not going to make content. So you guys may notice that moving forward, if you see me being consistent, that's me because I want to do it. If you see me not take a short break, that's because I need to tell myself, okay, you are not enjoying it. Take a dial back and get back on track to enjoying it. And I want to do that so I don't feel burnt out, and I'm also continuing to love it, because honestly what I've noticed is that I try to be a perfectionist instead of just honoring the process that I'm having right now, and that's what's affecting my videos, and it's not coming out the way I want to. Because when I'm glowing up, I want to make sure that my finances are in order, my career is flourishing, my relationships are flourishing, I'm flourishing, and I'm feeling good, and I'm creating those healthy boundaries, and I'm feeling good. And that's what I literally have to do, is take a step back. So when it comes to your glow up journey process, and something that I've learned is when you're creating routines, make sure you're creating time for yourself. Make sure you're creating things that you're doing for yourself that helps you take that extra 5-10 minutes just to relax and woosah. Another thing that I do is that when I'm heading to bed, I literally make sure that I read one chapter of my book, and I really enjoy and savor the book. There are times that I'll be rushing the process of my book. Why am I rushing to finish a book? Why don't I just enjoy the book one at a time? Yes, I know I have a goal of reading 10 books, and I am on my 5th book, and we are heading to August, but I want to enjoy reading. I don't want to feel like I'm forcing myself to do something. And that's what I've learned within my process, is that when I force myself to do something, I'm not consistent and I'm not dedicated to it. And that's something that I had to learn to change to help me improve within this entire journey of mine. When it comes to consistency, this is how you get back on track, and this is what helped me getting back on track. You have to start with 1 or 2 habits and don't overdo it. Like I told you guys before, don't overdo it. So what I mean to get back on being consistent is, if you want to work out, take it one day at a time. Don't try to force yourself to work out every single day knowing that you are really just starting out, because that's how you fall back into old habits. One, what you could do is take the time out to probably work out one day and say, okay, I like how I feel. Take a break and work out again the next day to see how you like it and feel. Number two, you could just do a small thing when it comes to dieting, or you're trying to lose weight or eat healthier. You could say, okay, instead of me eating chips, I'm going to swap out for a few. Do stuff like that. That's what I do, and that's what helps me to try to stick consistent. Like, I do have chips. I am a snacker. I love sweets. I say this so many times in my videos, but one thing I've learned to try to create a healthy balance that helped me to continue to try to lose weight and maintain it, because I was getting back into old habits, and that's what was affecting me, and that's what I learned to do. I remember I really wanted a cake, and I was gonna walk to the Aldi to get a cake, and you know what I did? Your girl had berries, and I went to bed after I brush my teeth. You have to start off small, because when you start off small and you just take it one or two habits at a time, that's what helps you to build up the consistency with the discipline and the motivation to keep on going. And when you are starting something new, make sure you focus on how you feel and how it makes you feel, and not focusing on trying to hurry it up and trying to finish it off, because that's what results in you getting back to old habits. And that's something that we're trying so hard not to do within this journey and this process of ours, because no. So learning from experience from me, I want you to know that it is okay to take a pause in life, and do not let anybody tell you otherwise. If you want to take a break from doing a hobby that you love doing, if you want to take a break just from the chaos, from social media, everything overall, it's okay to take a pause, because self-care is luxury and self-care is very important, and resting is a part of self-care, which is important. And I want you all to know, remember to prioritize your mental health, and remember to prioritize your health. Those are very important, and those are what's going to help you to continue on within your journey. If you neglect that, you neglect yourself, and then things happen and you explode. You can either fall into a depression, you don't feel good, you just aggravate and agitate at the whole world, and we don't want that. We want you to see you shine. We want you to see you glow up. Baby girl, glow up, okay? But thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to rate, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, all that good stuff. Check out my social medias, and your girl got a new podcast, which is Glow Up with Nisi, that you can find on all platforms you listen to podcasts. I hope you have a blessed day, and stay bougie and blessed. Bye.